Who's ready for another controversial hot take? Well, even if you're not, sorry, here it comes anyway. Ninja Steel is good. Not great, not god-awful, just good. It is very underrated. I personally really enjoy it. And while it is very, very flawed, it's still a lot of fun. I really enjoy Ninja Steel, and I'm going to tell you why after we get through the analytics. So let's start off with our main Rangers. We have Brody, the Red Ranger, played by William Schufelt. Hope I'm pronouncing that right. He's good. He's a good enough Red Ranger, just not super memorable. Then there's Preston, the Blue Ranger, played by Peter Sidorso. Yep, played by Yoshi Sidorso's brother. That's a really nice gesture. And Preston himself as a character, he's interesting. I like him. He's a magician. He's always wanted to learn how to do magic and, well, show off his magic to the world, to the school. Yeah, I like him. I really like Preston. Then we have Calvin, the Yellow Ranger, played by Nico Greetham. Sorry for mispronouncing your name. Yep, we have another male Yellow Ranger. He's not as good as Chip or Dustin, but I like him. I like Calvin. He's cool. And then we have his girlfriend. Yes, it's not hidden or tried to build up through the entire season. It's straight up in the entire season since the very first episode. Haley, the White Ranger, played by Zoe Robbins. Yep. Another female White Ranger and another one that has pink trim. Just like the one from Wild Force. Haley as a character is cool, and I actually like the relationship between her and Calvin. It's cute. I like it. Not one of the best relationships in Power Rangers, no, but it's cute. Then we have the Pink Ranger, Sarah, played by Christy Anne, however, sorry, I don't know how to pronounce things. She's pretty cool as well. She's the tech whiz this time around, which it's refreshing that the Blue Ranger isn't the tech whiz for once, but as a character, she's okay. She's fine. Then we have... Yep, here comes the controversial part. You ready? The best Gold Ranger in the entire franchise. I do not care how many people I'm ticking off by saying that. Levi's the best Gold Ranger we've ever gotten in Power Rangers. He is played by Jordy Weber. He is a very interesting character because he is a country music superstar on top of being a Power Ranger. Yeah, you see why I like him, and that even goes into his suit design, which I'm going to talk about later because, oh, his suit design, it's so cool. And then, if having two Red Rangers in Super Samurai was a bit confusing, this season has 3 Red Rangers. Yeah, 3. Because we have Dane, Brody's father, played by Mike Edward, and then we have Mick. Yes, he's technically a supporting cast member, but you know what? He gets to be a Ranger. I'm putting him in the Ranger category. Played again by Kelson Henderson, and yep, he's been in so many Ranger seasons I've kind of lost track, but I think Mick is his best performance and his most well-known performance to most Power Ranger fans, especially of this newer, younger generation, because Mick is an awesome character. He's charismatic, he's funny, he's smart, he's skilled, and he's an alien that can shapeshift into literally anything. Like, seriously, Mick was an awesome addition to this franchise. He is an awesome dude, he is an awesome character, and I'm glad he gets to come back in a couple other crossovers. So, yeah, Mick is awesome. You can hate on this season all you want, you can't deny that Mick is awesome. Then for the supporting cast, we have Redbot, voiced by Byron Call. He's okay. It's also kind of cool how he also turns into the Red Ranger's Zord. Like, that's a really cool little detail we haven't seen before. And then there's Princess Vieira, who's played by Ruby Love. She's okay. She's fine. And then we have Victor and Monty. I feel like the easiest way to describe this is imagine Bulk and Skull, but they were garbage characters. Yeah, that's Victor and Monty. It's a horrible, half-efforted knockoff of Bulk and Skull that aren't funny, that are cringy, and just make me reach for that mute button every time they're on screen. I mean, sometimes they can be funny, but then you had the fart jokes. Yeah, when you put that kind of lowbrow humor in your show, you lose my interest pretty quick. But thankfully, it's not in like every single episode, and now that it is on DVD, you can just mute and fast forward. So you take that part out. Yeah. No offense to their actors, though. They did the best with what they had. Caleb Bendit and Chris Reed. Yeah. The actors are fine. They were just given really bad roles and terrible writing. Then there's Mrs. Finch, played by Claire Chittum, Principal Hastings, played by Amanda Belling, and Jackie, played by Jodie Rimmer. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Then the villains of this show are a mixed bag. I love the concept of this like reality competition show, Galaxy Warriors, where they pick people that are in this show to go against the Rangers. Like, that's a really nice, fascinating, and unique concept. Problem is, I'm not sure it is executed very well. First is Galvanax, voiced by Richard Simpson. Yes, he's back again. And he's really cool design, but not a great villain. He's pretty much Master Xandred from Samurai. He has a super cool design, but as a character, he's very uninteresting and boring. But Richard Simpson does a decent job as the voice, so you know what, it's fine. Then we have Ripcon, voiced by Campbell Cooley, who also voices Cosmo Royale. They're both fine. But the best one of the bunch is by far Madame Odious. I mean, heck, she literally becomes the main villain in Super Ninja Steel. Voiced by Jackie Drew, however you pronounce that first name, I'm sorry. But Madame Odious is an awesome villain. She's cunning, she has a great design, she has a great voice, and some of the plans that she comes up with are pretty smart and put the Rangers in a pretty bad position most of the time. So, yeah, I really like Madame Odious. Great design, great villain, great planning. Just Madame Odious is one of the best parts of the show. And then there's Robot Aiden, played by Nick Beckwith. Yeah, not much to say. Let's move on. Then for the foot soldiers of the season, we have the Kudabots. I don't remember these things. Let me look it up on the wiki real quick, because I do not remember what these guys look like at all. Oh, it's these guys. Okay, these guys are cool. I like these guys. The grid design, the blue and the black with the spears, and the traditional, like, ninja samurai hats. Like, okay, these foot soldiers are cool. I just couldn't remember what they look like, because so many of the foot soldiers just blend together in my head. Especially when I'm looking at all of these seasons in such a rapid succession. So, yeah, the Kudabots are cool. I like them. Definitely one of the cooler designs, but again, nowhere near the awesomeness of the Tyrannotrons. Just, there's no way they're ever going to top that. So, moving on from that, we go straight to the weapons. And what's strange about this season is that aside from the Gold Ranger, no one has, like, their own weapons. Like, they're all universal. That's very strange. But it helps it stand out, so I'll give it a bit of a pass. And it all starts with the Ninja Battle Morpher. Yes, I'm going to talk about it because it doubles as a weapon. It's cool. Not only does it help the Rangers morph, but it can also be used as a weapon in 3 different modes. It has a sword mode, a bow mode, and a claw mode, adding to its versatility on the battlefield, which is really cool. And then you add in the Ninja Power Stars, which again, not only help them morph, but also give them powers, give them abilities, allow them to do all kinds of crazy things. Like, it's pretty much a bit of a repeat of the spin sword concept from Samurai with the discs, but this time they're ninja stars on a giant, well, pretty much a giant ninja star, even though it's technically called a shuriken, but whatever. But it's really cool. And then we come to the Gold Ranger. His main sword is a guitar. Yeah, you know what? Yeah, you wonder why I like him so much? I mean, he literally uses a guitar as a weapon. A guitar that can be used both as it should be a guitar, but can also be used as a sword or a club or anything like that. It's cool. And then the universal weapons are the Ninja Star Blades and the Ninja Blasters. The Star Blades are fine. A bit simplistic, but they fit the ninja aesthetic decently. And then the blasters, they could have just been left out entirely. And then, strange about this season as well is that we get one Battleizer, and it's not in a super season. That's a strange revelation. I mean, yeah, technically you could say, oh, well, there's the Shogun mode in Samurai, or the Ultra mode in Megaforce. True. But here's the thing. Shogun mode was technically a Megazord only, like a Megazord cockpit only form. And then the Ultra ones from Megaforce are just meh. This one has a straight up Battleizer that can be used both inside a Megazord, inside of any Zord. Well, technically the Lion Fire, but you know what I mean. And it can also be used outside of the Zords, without having to have any like special extra power to it. That is a strange and very shocking revelation. And as for the Lion Fire mode itself, it's cool. I can't quite remember what it looks like, but I remember it being pretty cool. Let me look it up here. Lion Fire. Oh yeah, it's pretty cool. It's pretty much traditional samurai armor. Like, it's super cool looking. And while it says it's exclusive to the Red Ranger, apparently there's also pictures of a Yellow Ranger and a Gold Ranger, as well as a Blue Ranger that also use it. And then apparently the White Ranger gets to use it in the comic books. Weird. But yeah, it's only saying that it's seen on that. Oh, that's why. Because Gold, Yellow, and Blue don't get to use it until Super Ninja Steel. Okay. Thank you for clearing that up, Ranger Wiki. You definitely help me with these videos. Lots. So yeah, for right now, for this season, it's exclusive to the Red Ranger, but then the other Rangers will get to use it in the Super season. So it's kind of like the black box from Super Samurai. But for now, it is exclusive to the Red Ranger, and it looks super cool. Then for the vehicles, technically there's only one for the season, which is the Megamorph cycle. But I also wanted to throw in an extra one because I thought it was cool, even though it was only technically in one episode. But I thought it was cool. Sarah has a hoverboard. It's silly, but it's cool. And then for the Zords, we have Robo Red, Dragon, Nitro, Kodiak Zoom, Robo Rider, Ninja Bull, and Lion Fire. Red Ranger has 2, and Gold Ranger has 2. And then for the Megazords, we have the traditional, your usual main team Megazord, which is the Ninja Steel Megazord. Yeah, they weren't really great with naming Megazords back then, but as for its design, it's okay. I don't think it's as cool as the one in Ninja Storm, but it's okay. I mean, you do get all 5 of the main Rangers on one Megazord, which is nice, especially after some seasons, like Dino Thunder and Dino Charge, they had the main three, but then the other ones kind of acted like attachments until they all formed into an Ultra Zord. So, yeah, it's cool. It's just a little too red and a little too busy. But I do like the image of having the Red Ranger Zord like sit in this giant cockpit that sits in the middle of all the other Zord parts. Like, that is a really nice detail. I will give you that. I'd say probably around a 7 or a 6 for the Megazord. Moving on from that. Then there's the Bull Rider for the Gold Ranger. It's super cool, that's all I'm going to say. And then those combine together to make the Ninja Fusion Zord. And then Red Ranger, of course, has Line Fire. And then those all combine together to make the Ninja Steel Ultra Zord. Yeah, you only have 5 when you don't count all the numerous ults. So, yeah. That's all the analytical stuff. Let's talk about the suits. I love these suits. Like, I don't think they're as cool as the ones in Ninja Storm, but these are still really cool suits. They fit that ninja aesthetic really well. They brought back the gray sleeves along with the main colors. And then you have a sash over the one shoulder, like a ninja belt. And then the helmets are super cool because they're like differently designed, like stars or a cross. And then the top is just all painted in silver. And then there's the Gold Ranger. Literally a cowboy Power Ranger. It's as awesome as it sounds. And another really nice compromise I like about these is that they don't have the silver mouthpiece, they don't have a molded mouth. Instead, they just have silver trim around the visor, which is a really nice little detail. Of course, except for Pink Ranger, who gets, well, not pink, except for the White Ranger, who gets a pink outline because the gray will just blend in with the white. But, yeah, it's super cool, and I really, really like it. But Gold Ranger is by far the best design. Like, the top of his helmet is literally a cowboy hat. How can you not love that? And then as for the season itself, I have a lot of fun with Ninja Steel. I will never understand the people that think it's one of the worst seasons in the whole franchise or think it's absolute garbage that's not watchable at all. But, I mean, compared to stuff like Operation Overdrive, this thing is, like, all the way up there. It's still not a great season, and I can understand some people that don't like it, and like I said, Victor and Monty, just, bleh. I hate them, I will always hate them, and I will never stop hating them. But the suit designs are cool, the main cast is very likable, and while it does screw up some of its concepts, a lot of others it still does really well. Not to mention, the ninja suits are really cool. I love the suit design, I love the whole star power aesthetic, I like the story, I like the relationship with Calvin and Haley. It's just a super cool, super fun season of Power Rangers. I don't care if that gets me dislikes. Like, that is my own thoughts on this season. It's super fun, but it definitely has a lot of flaws. The writing is hit and miss. Victor and Monty are absolutely horrendous. The fart jokes are cringy, but like I said, just have a mute button or skip button on standby and you'll be fine. And the villains are very meh. But you take all that out, put it all aside, most of it I think is still really good. I have a lot of fun with this season, and if that is controversial, fine. It wouldn't be the first time I ticked off the internet with a controversial opinion. So, yeah, I really like this season, but I can see why some people don't like it. But I don't think it's outright abysmal garbage like some other people say. Like, just, no. I don't not understand those that call it abysmal garbage. I understand those that say they just don't like it. But those that say it's, like, god-awful or worse than Megaforce, like, I don't understand you. And it only gets better next time when we take a look at Super Ninja Steel. So, final word for this season, a strong 7 out of 10, and I'll see you tomorrow for that review. Oh wait, no, I can't say that because I still gotta review the 2017 movie. See you for that review.